After the ball is over, after this game is done, after the die lot's finished, and you are short just one, many a knitter has made a tearful and desperate call, pleading with their local yarn shop, go after that ball.
Hello everybody, welcome to the Pen, Hook, and Needles podcast, episode 280. It is Monday, October 16th, 2017. As we are recording, it is about a little before 3 o'clock. So, welcome to the Woman Cave. We want to welcome all new and returning viewers. I am Marlecia, also known as Lady Fernico.
And I am Talia, also known as Franciscan Gypsy.
At least the back of her head is, apparently.
Well, we want to readjust the thing around
You
the
should have
front.
readjusted it before
I
you
didn't
started.
notice it. Well, it's going to just say what it says.
Okay, yes. She's Talia.
Also known as Franciscan Gypsy.
So as I said, we want to welcome all new and returning viewers. We're glad you are joining us again. And I was going to say something. My spiel got completely discombobulated because you did
Kitty.
your thing. No kitties. If you are new, we're glad you found us. We hope you like what you see and that you will return. If you are returning, we always like to see you back here again in the Woman Cave. If you are in the shadows, regardless of whether or not you are new or returning, please feel free to make yourself known. Press the subscribe button on your left on YouTube and join the Ravelry group. We'd love to see you there. You'll be eligible for prizes and giveaways and things if you are part of the group. We don't do it via YouTube. It's a little too difficult, so we prefer to do it on Ravelry. So if you want to be eligible
then
for
we
prizes,
have to renumber
yeah.
stuff.
If you want to be, part of the giveaways and prizes, please feel free to join the group. We'd love to see you there and get to know you there. Okay, we do have a couple of brand new members. We have Crafty Flutterby, who is Michelle. Welcome,
That's
Michelle. And we have Crafty Stockinette, who is Arletha. And Arletha, I think you might have been a member before, so we're glad to have you back. Yay!
Yay!
Welcome back. What's in your mug?
What's in your mug?
I asked you first.
Yes, we're going to try what's in my mug, and we know what's in your mug.
I have a different mug, though. Look, Laura, concert. I have my MC Universe bag.
Bag, yeah.
Bag. I'm drinking out of a bag. My MC
You might as well
Universe,
just call it the Avengers.
Yes.
Because
Mug.
Spidey was an Avenger.
Yes. Now I can call it the Avengers mug. Wolverine's in it, though, too.
Wolverine in the comics was a member of the Avengers during Civil War.
He was, but he hasn't been in the movies yet.
Well, it still counts.
So
That's not the comic. That's not the movie Wolverine. That's the comic
It
Wolverine.
is. Definitely the comic Wolverine. And I have chai tea.
And I was too lazy to change out my mug from earlier. Plus, my DC Comics one doesn't fit on my mug warmer, which makes me very sad. My DC Comics one is almost a Justice League one, but Robin was never a member of the Justice League.
Right.
At least not at that age. Well, even as Nightwing, he wasn't. He let it at one point.
between.
Yeah, he never really wanted membership. He could have had it, I think, if he wanted it. Anyway, Thomas More mug. And in this, let me make sure it's mixed, so you're going to hear some stirring.
Well, the good thing about this mug, though, is it does leave it a little warmer than that one. It probably would keep it warm during the podcast.
I don't know anyone in San Antonio, Texas. It's probably
Did you
a
even hear what I
telemarketer.
said?
I did, but it interrupted.
We didn't hear it. You don't have to say anything about it. I'll turn over the phone and throw it out the window. How about that?
Well, it's hard when you can feel it on your wrist.
I don't care. I'll put it out of your reach.
There, I turned it over.
Okay.
Anyway, I was talking about my tea.
Tea.
You want to mix it that way. Make sure sugar on the bottom is good. This is a new one, and I'll go over the other new ones later, but caramelized fig dessert tea.
That sounds good.
It's got Rubio's tea. I know I'm mispronouncing that. I do it every time. I've been given tips on how to pronounce that by several different people, and I still pronounce it wrong. Vanilla pieces, caramel extract, fig essence, love, gratitude, no caffeine. And this is, of course, Plum Deluxe.
Of course.
Because what other tea is there?
Apparently none. Except for the David's tea that Cappy gave you.
Yes, that's my work tea.
Smells really good.
It is really good. Isn't that good?
Yes, I like this a lot. This is really good. I'll have to write that down. I'm going to start keeping a notebook because she buys it and tries it because I'm not doing the club.
Well, this was one I bought on my. This was not one.
Right, but my point is I don't do the club.
Yeah.
So I will buy individual things, or she'll get me something I like for Christmas or something like that. So I have to start keeping a notebook of what I actually like.
Are you good on your hot chocolate, or do you need more?
I have plenty of the hot chocolate.
Okay.
Yeah, because I got it toward the end of the winter,
Okay.
and I didn't need it. So
Yeah, because it's popping up time again.
Yeah. Okay, so I guess it's me again.
It is you again.
I'm a little bit discombobulated today for some reason. Okay, we still have a coupon code from the Yarn and I with Cappy from the Yarn and I podcast. The
Yarn and I Cappy pod.
I think the Yarn and I Cappy is her group.
Oh.
And the Yarn and I is her podcast. And her shop, her Etsy shop. And the coupon code is 15% discount on purchase over $25. She does have an Etsy shop. It's a very generous offer, and the coupon code is in our thread because it's for our group. So That's where you'll find it. Okay, that's very generous. Thank you very much, Cappy. She has some wonderful things in there, and she's always, restocking things and putting new things in. And if you haven't watched her podcast, you should. It's not, at the moment, it's not real consistent because she's doing shows and things, but she usually does, I think, like every 2 weeks, I think.
That seems to be what a lot of people do now.
Yeah, she does. I think she does. I think she's shooting for every 2 weeks. But she's very informative, especially if you're a dyer.
If I did every 2 weeks, I just would not end up doing it because I'd forget when.
Well, because of our schedules, it's hard to remember, when we did it. The weeks kind of blend.
My hair.
So anyway,
awful.
Cappy, thank you very much for your generous coupon code. We appreciate it. It goes on through December 31st. So that's awesome. The Yarn and I Cappy podcast group is continue to have their Cal for mental health awareness. So all you have to do is knit or crochet something that is for you. It makes you feel good about yourself, makes you feel happy. Don't give it to somebody else. This is for you. Okay? And you put it in her group, and you can be eligible for a prize there. The rules are in her group. Okay, you can double dip in our group or any other group that will accept double and triple dipping as long as it is compatible with their rules and you're members of their group. So that looks like a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
The hashtag is 123for me Cal. The number is 123. The word for and me. 123 FORME KALCAL. Okay. All right, now the Harry Potter Cal, that's Victorian Studio Podcast. That's Maureen. Hi, Maureen. Hello, Cappy. And this is another year long, okay? It's anything Harry Potter related. Knitted, crocheted, I think weaving. Look at her in her threads over at the Victorian Studio Podcast. She'll tell you exactly what's acceptable. Very accessible person, very sweet. She will tell you exactly what you need to know. Very informative podcast and entertaining. If you don't watch her, you should.
This was in the Harry Potter.
Yes.
This
Sticky feet out of my face.
It was Harry Potter socks. They aren't stinky.
The full rules are in her group. Okay. The Whip It Good Cal is in the Undead Yarn podcast. That is Heidi, who is Knitty Girl. I think she's also Undead Heidi on Instagram.
She is.
Okay, and she's doing this. She has two co-hosts that she had asked to do it with her. That's Jeanette who's Bookish Stitcher from the Bookish Stitcher podcast, and our own Laura, who's Crocheting Hoovian. Okay, from the Crocheting Hoovian podcast. I believe they each have threads in their own groups. They have their own prizes. They are wonderful podcasts. Mm-hmm. So if you don't watch them and you need some more podcasts, everybody needs more podcasts. They're really fun to watch. Okay, and I think that it's essentially doing your whips. Okay,
mm-hmm.
It's a whip it kind of.
Which is really cool. But then there's people like us who just can't seem to stop starting projects.
Yeah, I know. And we should really stop doing that because we're going to have our
Oh, I'm sure we'll find something to
Yeah.
start during that time period because we
What I said
have
was called? It was called the
Ready, Set, Go.
Yeah.
Because we just don't have any self-control when it comes
So the Whippets are good to get things off the needles and hooks before you have to put them on the needles and hooks for our next along, okay, in January. So, okay. All right, the Stash Reduction Cal. This is another one that's kind of a Whippet thing, but with a twist, okay? And this is in the Never Cast Off podcast, yes. Sheila Blue Yarn Always and Debbie, who is Deb's Destiny, in conjunction with the Fiber Pusher podcast with, Benita's Story, I think it is. They both have wonderful podcasts. I'm behind on Benita's, but I watch Fiber Plus. I watch Never Cast Off when they come on right away. They make me laugh. Their dynamic always reminds me of us.
I need to watch them. I'm just having a hard time keeping up with podcasts in general.
I am too, but I do have 3 or 4 that I stay up to date with almost religiously, and I always watch them immediately. They make me giggle. So the rules are in the group. I believe the thread that you post your FOs or whatever it is that you put in there, I believe is in the Never Cast Off podcast in October. It goes from group to group. It goes from Never Cast Off podcast in October, and then I guess in November it goes to Fiber Pusher, then it goes back to Never Cast Off in December. They've been alternating. So this month you go and you post your finished objects into the Never Cast Off podcast. The rules are in both groups, okay? And they're wonderful groups to watch, but if you want to get the full lowdown on the rules, go to the groups, okay?
Because I'm sure we said something wrong.
I'm sure we did. And Benita and Debbie have been really, really nice
Yes,
about
they
not correcting
have.
us.
Or when we ask for help, they've been
they
really nice
answer.
about giving
Yes.
the help because it's a really cool idea.
They are the
But it's
sweetest,
unique.
They are the sweetest people you ever want to meet. And it's kind of like, it's based kind of like on Weight Watchers kind of thing. you know?
Right.
So if you
Oh, I messed up Weight Watchers so badly, I think.
use up a certain amount, that counts. If you gain back by gaining yarn in, then that means you have gone back up again. If you're interested. It sounds like fun. My brain doesn't fit around
I
it.
think it's very clever.
I do. I think I think if I'd gotten in at the beginning, I would have enjoyed it. But I kind of, because I didn't take all the measurements of I have all the stash. I mean, it would drive me crazy to try to figure out how many grams or how many ounces at this point. But if I had started in January, when it started, it would have been fun, because I didn't know about it. Because I didn't really know about them. I kind of heard about them at that point, but I'd never really watched them until a little later in the year. So, and they're fantastic. I really wish I had watched them more consistently earlier on. Okay. The Easy A Cal is in the Crocheting Hoovian, that's Laura Concert's group, Crocheting Hoovian podcast, and that is Laura Smoot's Easy A pattern. Okay, so it is a Cal, K-A-L, because it's a knitted shawl. And that goes till Halloween, the end of October. So you still have a couple weeks to finish up your Easy A's if you are doing that Cal. Okay, and it's not a hard. If my hands were cooperating more, and if I could just sit down and do one project, I could have probably done 3 or 4 of those in the time period.
And if you didn't get distracted by all the pretties.
Yeah. Well, and some of them are Laura's.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't take any responsibility at all. I don't.
It's someone else's fault.
No, it's always somebody else's fault. Your fault. All you enablers out there. Yes, Valeria, I'm talking to you. Valeria. With her beautiful thread. Don't stop that, Valeria. We love it.
Oh, she has no intention of stopping it.
Yeah. No, I don't want her to, get the idea that we don't want it. Because I think it's a fantastic thread. Okay, the toy along. Do you have anything to say before we go into current?
We're still accepting baby hats. I know we haven't said a whole lot about it lately. I still have a baby hat on the go that I need to actually work on because magically baby hats don't finish themselves.
Nothing finishes himself. It's really annoying.
I know.
Okay, but I do want to say with the baby hats, but also the before I forget, if you have not contacted us, thank you to the people who contacted us about the prizes. I think there might be one more that hasn't yet, and I don't remember who it is.
Otherwise, she would shame you.
Otherwise, I would just publicly humiliate you. No, I would not. I thank the people who have all contacted us. We have all your addresses, except for I think 1 or 2 people who might not have seen the podcast yet. So you do have another couple of weeks to get back to us I might be incorrect. I might have heard from everybody because I know a couple of them have patterns. They didn't have to contact us. They had to contact the people. But if you have not contacted us and you have a physical prize that we have to send out, you have 2 more weeks to do that before we have to repull. So please contact us as soon as you see this, okay? 2 podcasts back, all right? Yeah. Okay. Did you want to say anything else about the baby hats?
No, just, we're accepting all sorts of baby items.
Yeah, all kinds
to
of baby
donate
items. All
to
kinds.
the pregnancy center and to the hospital, although I think we mostly have been leaning toward the pregnancy center lately.
Yeah, that's where they need it right now. So, especially this time of year.
Yes, with it getting colder.
Yeah. And the good thing about the pregnancy center, I mean, the hospital's really good, and we like to send them there as well.
But they only get the newborns.
But they only do the newborns. Here at the pregnancy center, sometimes we can help the older kids, and sometimes even adults who come in and just, they kind of, if you have it and they need it, they'll give it to them.
Yeah.
So we're not saying that we want to accept adult things for them, but if something were a little bigger and it fit a teenager or something, it might go to somebody. Yeah. So, okay. All right, the toy-along. Yay for the PHN toy-along. I love our toy-along. There are so many fun things in that.
Fun things?
Fun things. In the, no funs though.
Oh,
no funs yet. Well, there were a whole bunch of them when you had was he, I guess he was for the autism awareness.
He also had his own fun-along.
He did. That's right,
for a little bit.
So,
a la Brittany.
Yes, that was awesome.
It was either Allison or Brittany. I actually can't remember which one decided
remember.
to start the fun-along.
I don't remember. One of them started the shawl-along. I think Allison started the spindrift, and I think Brittany started the fun-along, I think.
I can't recall.
I can't remember. But anyway, digressing. Okay. The Penhook and Needles toy-along is going strong. We're 2 weeks in? 2.5 weeks
Something
in?
like that.
We have 2 lovely co-hosts in terms of podcasts and 3 actual people. Okay, Maureen, who is Victorian Studio from the Victorian Studio podcast, that's one of our co-hosts, and the Bakery Bears.
Yes.
Which are Kay and Dan. Yay, I said Kay and Dan.
And not Dan Can.
I don't know why I do that, seriously. But anyway, we're very glad.
Although I don't think we've ever done it on the podcast.
I think we have once or twice.
Have we?
But anyway, we're very glad to have all 3 of them. They are fantastic, phenomenal podcasts, wonderful people, and we are very blessed to have them with us for this along. So we're glad to have them with us. This began October 1st and will go through the end of the year. Okay, December 31st. All right. And they have to be knitted or crocheted. They cannot be started. You can start it anytime. I don't care. We don't care when they've been started, at least in our group. We don't care when they were started. You just need to work on them. And if you can finish them, that's great. We love that. But you have to work on them between October 1st and December 31st. Okay? Knitted, crocheted, and loom knitted. All right? They can be used for whatever you want to use them for. They can be charity. They can be gifts. They can be for yourself. Feel free to make use of them however. Just don't hurt them. Okay.
Yes, please don't hurt the toys.
Yes. Okay.
Because then we'd have to call Toy Protective Services.
Yes, and you don't want to have to. No messing with the Toy Protective Services. All right.
They can be quite vicious, I hear.
We will allow double dipping, as we said, not only with our co-hosts, but with anyone else who will accept them if you're a member of the group. Okay.
TPS, Toy Protective Services.
I guess TPs. Please do feel free to tell other people about the toy-along. The more people we have involved, the happier we are. You get more and more enabled with all these new toys, okay? We have featured patterns and featured yarns. Okay, first of all, the featured patterns. They are any of Kay Jones, Bryony Bears.
KF Jones.
KF Jones,
because
I'm sorry.
There is another Kay Jones.
KF Jones. Her Bakery Bears and her Gelato Giraffe, if she comes up with another toy, any of her toys, okay, are eligible for 2 chances at a prize. Laura Concert's Hufflepuff, and I'm sorry, Laura, I always know
it is a Hufflepuff.
I think I messed it up, but her
Hufflepuff is correct.
Her Hufflepuff is also, okay, and that's a crochet one. Bryony Bears, KF Jones are knitted, okay? And of course, Franciscan Gypsy Designs, also crocheted. Any of her toys, okay? Finished objects get 2 chances for a prize. You are responsible for double posting your own, okay? Because I can't keep up anymore. So, the yarns are Undead Yarn, which is Heidi, okay? And Lady Vertigo Creations, which is mine. So if you have a finished object in either of those 2 yarns, then they will be eligible for 2 chances at an FO. Now, if you should use one of the featured yarns along with one of the featured patterns and you get a finished object out of that, that will be eligible for three chances at the same at a prize. 3 chances for the same project of a prize. If you have a featured yarn and a featured pattern, like Lady Vertical Yarns and a Franciscan Gypsy pattern, okay, or an Undead Yarn and a Franciscan Gypsy, or a Bakery Bear, or whatever, okay, Hufflepuff. Okay, so that will give you 3 chances, but we can tell what the pattern is, but please let us see the ball band for the yarn, so everybody can see what yarn you're using. Okay, not that we don't trust you, but just so we know which yarn it is. Okay. All right. Let's see here. 1 whip per project per week. The FO whenever it's finished. That
I'm
goes
really
for all
bad
day
about
long.
keeping my ball bands and actually showing them.
Mm.
'Cause I don't always have them.
Right. Yeah. Well, as long as you do it in like one picture, I'm sure they'll realize it afterward. But
Yeah.
And again, you are responsible. So if you have, a Franciscan Gypsy Designs pattern finished object with my yarn, say, then you're responsible for doing that 3 times, so you can get your 3 chances. Okay. All right. Hashtag PHN Toy 2017 for Instagram, and just PHN Toy 2017 on Ravelry. All right. We have some suggested designers in the thread. These are not what you must use. They are just suggestions to give you a starting point. Okay. We went through the prizes already, so I'm not going to go through, but I do want to thank all our lovely donators. They've been extremely generous once again. We have Laura Smoot and Cappy and Mama C and Maria Wilhelmina. So we have a lot of really nice projects. I'm sorry, I really can't talk today. A lot of very nice prizes that have come in so far. So thank you very much. All right.
Thank you. So now we're going on to project.
Yep, and you get to go first this time. I guess I can go. It doesn't matter. We have the same number.
Yeah, we actually have the same number this time. I can go first. Let me just...
Need a chance to stop talking for 5 seconds.
Yes, I'm sure everyone will be relieved.
I'll be relieved.
Okay, let's
I
see.
need to wake up.
Okay. All right. So the first one I have to show is in my it's this one here. Tower Projects.
Your tree turtle?
This might not even be the right bag. Let's see. Yes, it is the right bag. Okay. This is Nemu. And it's in my On the Forest Floor. I'm sorry.
It's on your forest floor?
The project is Nemu. The pattern is On the Forest Floor by Simone Carite. The bag is Silvershred USA's Tree Frogs bag.
And the needles are?
Try-Q Red Lace.
Of course. Are there any others?
I don't usually run through what my needles are, but...
Well, I had to keep you on the roll. I mean, you were just, finish it up.
So,
Well,
Miss Babs Yowza would have scanned in the colorways Faded, Chirp, and Marine.
there you go.
Hold on, you're pulling on it.
No, I'm not. Just, there we go. Isn't that beautiful?
So, this is, if I remember correctly, no, I can't remember.
What?
I was going to say it's headed into another section that would have been a, that would have been a twig section, but I don't think so.
Is that the gray section?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was about to be another section. It was a twig section, but I
You
don't
should have
think
another
so.
one because there's 2 twigs.
I have one that's coming up
Yeah,
pretty
'cause there's
soon.
2 twig sections, isn't
Yeah,
there?
I have one that's coming up pretty soon. But it's turning out quite nicely. This isn't my normal color scheme, but I look forward to having it. Because it's pretty and bright and happy.
It's very nice.
And I love that grayish, bluish color.
Kind of almost a periwinkle, but it's more gray.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see here. What am I looking at first? Okay.
This one.
This is the bunny.
Yes, he is. This one belongs to this project.
All right, there we go. Boy, I had to go 13 projects in before I could find one.
Sorry.
All right, in my Kiki Boo Puzzle Pieces project bag is Because He Asked Me, which is the Tie Me Up pattern by Bernat Design Studio. And I did about 6 rows, I guess, on Sunday. I didn't do a whole lot of work on here, but it is moving along. So you can, I can't even show the whole thing on the screen anymore.
Yay.
This way. So there's a very slight indentation on here. I think it'll be a little more even when I block it. But I like the way it's coming up. This is the Shire colorway, and it's Mad Tosh DK. Of course, the needles are Chai Goo Goos, as Laura says. So I love the color. I mean, it's just so pretty.
It is very pretty.
I just really like it. So we'll see how much yarn I have to actually go into the new skein, because I still have quite a bit of yarn in this first skein.
It'll be funny if you don't end up cracking into it at all.
I'll have to make some mitts or something.
I know.
'Cause I do love that color. With my gauge being a little tighter, maybe well no, if a gauge is tighter, you need more, right? Because you have to make more stitches.
Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah, I'll have to wait and see. Okay.
Okay. So next for me is the, where'd it go? 'Cause when everything fell. There it is. In my Knitting's My Bag Autism Awareness bag is the Robin's Egg Blankets, the Building Blocks pattern by Annie Dempsey. And this is, I'm using Lion Brand Pound of Love in the colorway Turquoise. This is for charity.
It's very pretty. I like that color.
So it just got...
Which the tortoise? Oh, the elephant.
No, I don't have any elephants. Bunnies.
Yeah.
The bunnies are a little hurt that you call them
Well,
elephants.
I couldn't see it. You gotta remember I have my glasses on.
It's okay, bunny.
I have my glasses on.
You just hurt the bunny's little
I
feelings.
did not, in fact.
So it's got a little bit of work.
Well, that looks really nice.
A little bit more in the garter.
Can you imagine how warm this would be in a bulky weight?
Oh,
a
yeah.
chunky weight?
I think there's actually, I'm trying to remember, there was worsted, there was DK, because you wrote for several different weights. I just went with the one that I happen to have.
I like when they do that because it's like getting 3 patterns or 4 patterns
Yes.
in one, and it gives you options.
And
Even if you don't want to do you just don't want to do a heavy pattern necessarily. Maybe you want a light summer blanket for the baby. Because in Texas, when the kids were young, we always kept them covered from the sun, but we didn't want them overheating either. Okay, my next one. Oops, kitty cat. There we go. All right, in my Turbo Knitter 64, Mickey and Minnie Mouse on a yellow field. Kenneth made this for me. Hi, Kenneth. You're gonna podcast again. Miss you. I haven't done much work on this. I haven't really wanted to work this, but it is coming along. I like the colors. I love it. It's not that I don't like the project. I made 2. This is my second one. It's not that I don't like the project. I just haven't felt like doing it, and that might change now that we're getting colder weather. So it's James C. Brett Marble Chunky, and I think this is the Oceana colorway. Of course, knowing James C. Brett, it might not have a color. So
Yes.
And I really like this yarn. Talia and I both like this yarn because it's a chunky, and it has like 300 yards, over 300 yards of a chunky, and it's very reasonable for that price.
Yes, it is.
So it's funny when we go to our local yarn store and we don't pick up
Any
of the
nice
indie yarn or whatever. We pick up this. Heck, you picked up some at Maryland Sheep and Wool.
But I did pick up nice yarn as well.
Well, this is nice yarn.
You know what I mean.
You're a yarn snob.
I hand-dyed yarn, non-acrylic yarn.
Wool.
Yes.
Or bamboo or whatever. But I like this yarn. It's affordable. It's durable in that you don't have to worry about washing it if you want to do charity stuff with it.
And
it
it's
has
chunky, which means you can go fast with it, and it's good yardage.
Yep.
Which is nice.
This is very nice. So I like James C. Brett.
So next it is me again.
I need caffeine. I got to bed much later than my bedtime last night, and so I'm a little tired.
Yeah, I wish that, caffeine. Yes.
My tea's getting a little cold.
So, And my Knitting's My Bag chickadee bag is for himself. This is the Miss L Basic 6-ply sock pattern by Miss L, and I'm using Dragonfly Fibers Damsel in the colorway Firecracker. And this is for Dad. I am probably about an inch away from being able to start the decreases for the toe.
I love that colorway, but their color choice for Firecracker is not what I would have chosen.
No.
It's very. I think what it is I usually think of firecrackers with yellow and red.
Well, I think of all the bright colors.
Well, she's got the green and the yellow and a little bit of the red.
It's still nothing like I would have thought for
me either, but it's beautiful.
It's absolutely beautiful.
I'm gonna take out your skein and show the skein here, so you can see it. It's hard. You can't really see the color real well, but it is absolutely gorgeous.
You can see it better in the sock.
There you go.
So
it's absolutely beautiful, and I was just really surprised when I saw the name of it.
Yeah.
It's just beautiful.
So definitely a nice yarn, even if I am a little confused about how it's a firecracker.
I'm sure there's a, whoops, there goes my show notes. Come back. Come back. Shane, come back.
The movie's good, but the book is so much better.
Yeah.
It's such a good book.
Let me see if I can find where I was at, because apparently, okay, that's that. Sorry guys, there we go. Okay, my next one is my School Marm Shawl project from the Easy A pattern by Laura Smoot. It's in my Eeyore bag, my Silver Shed USA Eeyore bag, because you can see Eeyore front and center. Okay.
Although they're
no, it is an Eeyore bag.
It's almost
it's because Anne told me to pick the character I wanted to be the central person, and I chose Eeyore, and that's Eeyore.
You stuck your finger in the Duke's eye.
The Duke's eye. You stuck the finger in the Duke's eye. Reference.
Yes.
Movie reference. Okay.
Although most people don't.
They might if they have children. Okay.
Who did that movie? That was Don Bluth.
Yeah, I think it was. I don't think it was DreamWorks. I think it was Don
No,
Bluth.
it is Don Bluth. I don't think Don Bluth does movies anymore.
I don't know. Okay, so here it is. I only have this bottom lace section. It's taking me forever. It's not hard or anything. I just have so many other things that are distracting me, and I really like this. The yarn is working up really nice. This is Miss Babs, and I think it's You Gotta Have Heart.
It's not what it's called.
No, Gotta Love Me colorway.
Yeah.
Gotta Love Me. So it's beautiful.
I was gonna say, I've knit a shawl out of that yarn before. I know it's not called what you just said it was called.
I'm ignoring you. So, yeah, I'm enjoying working this. It's not hard at all, and I will probably do another one when I finally finish this one. But I have a couple other things that have to be done first. So I want to finish this hopefully before the year's out. But we'll see. I'm not rushing anything. Nothing is of that importance, that much importance. I'm just taking my time. Okay.
So, next is in my, I'm sorry, alright, let's try that again. In my Kikibu Bags Autism Awareness bag, are the Krabby socks. Miss L's Basic 6-ply sock pattern by Miss L, and I'm using Dragonfly Fibers and the colorway Maryland Blue Crab. I love this one.
It's very pretty. You made a lot of progress on that one, didn't you?
No, actually I only did like...
Oh, I thought you were up here.
No, okay. No. I only had like...
I can't keep track of all her socks.
I didn't do a lot.
She doesn't do socks. Doesn't do socks. Will never do socks.
Ever.
Ever. Very pretty.
So I really like the way that's striping.
It's very nice.
So. And these are for me. Okay. Nobody else does.
You should put that in Cappy's along.
But that's not going to finish in time.
I think she takes whips. I have to check. Okay. In my next project is in my PHM Podiversary Silver Shed USA double large bag, double X. Is my In His Hands, which is in my own. It's my own head. It's your head.
You're knitting your
my
head.
Own head. You oval head. So I made a lot of progress on this because it's double crochet, so it grows pretty quickly. And this is James C. Brett Marble Chunky again. And this is the Denims colorway. Excuse me, Ty.
No.
So you can see it's growing. Look at the pretty colors
It
in
is
this.
very pretty.
I just love this. I'm hoping to have this done in a week or two. If I can just let my hands cooperate. I can usually do about 2 rows at a time. But if I'm feeling really good, I'll push it a little bit. Because I do want to get this finished. And I've got this much of the first skein of yarn. I think I'm going to use all 3 skeins. I did pick up 3, right? Did I pick up 4?
You picked up 3, I think, and then I have part of a 4th
If
one.
I need it, yeah.
Because I didn't use up that much for the bunny.
Bunny, oh yeah. So if I need it, I have the 4th one. I don't think I'll need too much more than 3 if I need more than 3 at all. So I'm having fun with that. And it matches my bag, kind of, so, yeah. Yay.
So it's my turn. This one didn't get a whole lot of work done on it. This is in my Silver Shed USA Kitties in the News bag. I think this is my first Silver Shed. You got it for me. This is Dark Ruby, and it's the On the Forest Floor pattern by Simone Caritz. And I'm using Miss Babs Yazawada skein in the colorways Obsidian, Pewter, and Blads. And I'm leaving the twigs out for this one too.
I think for that one, the twigs will take away from it.
Yeah.
Isn't that
So
beautiful?
it's looking very dramatic.
With this underneath it, it looks like it has lights coming through the lace. That's fun.
So very, very dramatic.
Can you imagine wearing that with a golden yellow shirt?
Mm.
Because look at
Yeah,
that. Can you see? That's cool. That's fun.
So very dramatic. This would look very classy if I was wearing all black.
Well, that's why I said I have that all black stuff. That well, even with the red, because there's so much black in it, I could wear it with that if I borrow it from you.
You see, she's already planning her outfits about borrowing my shawl.
I am already going to borrow it. I make no bones about it.
And you made fun of me for when I started.
I brought you into this world. I can do that. I can take you out too.
It's called murder.
No, God would see my side. No. Okay. The next one is in my Valeria bag that she got me for my birthday a couple of years ago. Thank you, Valeria. I love this bag. I'd never seen one like this before, but apparently they're common in the Netherlands. Is my On Cloud 9, which is the Lala Simple Shawl pattern by Laura Linneman. And I'm using US 10.5 Chow-Gu red lace. Yes, I did transfer them. I spent this morning trying to figure out if I had gone something wrong. I think back like 2 or 3 times before I realized I had done it right for the first time.
Oh, marvelous.
So just pay attention to the pattern, right? So I did make some progress on this. I really like this pattern a lot. It's nice and simple, but it's beautiful. And I think I did like a half of the stockinette, all the garter, and now I'm going back into stockinette. Or, yeah, I think that's what I'm doing. Because actually it's like this, right?
Well, yeah, it's like that, but you're upside down.
Yeah. So I had it right the first time. It's like that.
There we go.
And it's just beautiful. And this is undyed yarn. This is bulky, and I got it from Heidi, who's Knitty Girl. She gifted me 2 skeins, and I bought 2 skeins from her. So I'm pretty sure I bought it from her.
Did you steal it from her?
I stole it from her. So I'm enjoying this very, very much. This is really soft yarn. I can't wait to have this to wear. And it goes pretty quickly.
Was it Santa Claus where the kid was like, "You didn't steal it, did you?"
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't remember. No, it was Oliver.
Was it Oliver? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was.
Because I can hear the kid in my head.
I can see it. I can see him in my head. No, it was A Christmas Carol. Because he brought it, and that's why you got the Santa Claus.
Okay.
Because
Scrooge
brought it, brought him that big old carousel, and it's like,
you didn't steal it, did you?
Because Santa Claus totally does that. Okay. It's a great movie.
And it's the Scrooge with
Albert
Finney.
Okay.
Okay, so the next one is in my... Ooh, poor bunny. There we go. is in my the Christina Mama C Tudor bag, and this is Hoovian, which is the Timmy the Timid Turtle pattern by me, using James C. Brett marble chunky in the colorways MC20, MC3, and MC49.
James C. Brett's getting a very good showing with us today.
Yes, they are.
He's got big feet.
Hey, no bigger than PG.
They are bigger than PG.
They are not bigger than PG.
They're bigger than PGs.
They're not.
Big
Look.
fat feet.
Same size as PGs.
I don't know how Laura got such a huge.
Well, I have a very tight gauge, Mom.
Yeah.
I'm very tight. So,
I think she's somewhere between us.
yeah, I think that we had determined that. Most people don't get my gauge.
So cute.
Big turtle head.
Now you look like Megan,
Megan?
Stockinette Zombies.
Oh. I myself am
Strange and unusual. Yes, it is a movie reference, and you should get that one.
Okay, so making progress. I feel like that mom from that movie I'd seen in another movie
You
before.
did. It was she was in
Ah! Oh, she was in.
she was the mom.
Really, Home Alone.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because I know the dad was from Mom, Dad Saves the World.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay. Next one. Okay, in my green Star Wars Silver Shed USA at bag is Skylar, which is from the Sleepy Bear pattern by Jennifer Oliveras. And
Not James C. Brett?
no, this is old yarn. I made a fair amount of progress on this. I had to stop for a little while. I kept getting off count because the stitches were so small, but I finally fixed it. So,
Now, is that the head or the bottom?
this is the head. and
Okay,
it comes
when are
down.
you putting the eyes in?
I told you that last week. I'm not quite sure how they're working out.
Because you need to do it pretty
No,
soon.
I think they're saying that they're going to be embroidered.
Okay.
So you can put buttons, but if I can do the embroidery, that's what I'm going to do. 'Cause she told me to start stuffing the head. She didn't say anything about
Yeah.
putting the eyes in. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this. It's going to be big because I was saying half, but I'm doing in the round, just around and around and around. I've got several rows to do.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be a big bear. So I'm happy with that.
It'd probably end up like itty bitty if I knit it. If I crochet it, because, you know, that's what happens when I crochet things. Okay, so in my Silver Shed,
I forgot to
No.
say what the yarn was for
Sorry.
that. That was Plymouth Yarn Core Color Spun, the Ocean Drift colorway.
that's old yarn.
Uh-huh.
In my Plover Bird Kissing Bunnies bag is a design in progress. I'm really having issues with my designing right now. I just don't have the mojo for it.
Did you work on it this time around? A little bit?
At the beginning of the week, right after the podcast.
It'll come to you. Don't worry about it.
It's just, I'm wanting to work on other things, so that's what's happening.
I think I know what color yarn I'm going to use for that when you finally get ready. I'm going to dye up some of that special color that I like that somebody bought from me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The next one I have is, let me see where I'm at here, Plover Bird Sheepy Bag. Okay. This is Happiness is a Rainbow. And this is something I'm making for Davina. She's in the other room. And I'm using US 7s on this Chagu Red Lace. And this is Lion Brand Mandala DK yarn in the Gnome colorway. I don't know why it's called Gnome, but it is. And I didn't make a lot of progress on this because I didn't like the fabric that was coming out on the size 6 or 7 or whatever it was I was using, and I switched to 10s.
Mhm.
So it's almost as big as where I was before, but I like this fabric better.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little bit, it's not bulletproof anymore. Feel like.
Okay.
See, it's not overly loose. This is the same. It's almost the same. Oops, I'm sorry about the noise here. But this is almost the feel I have for Laura Smoot's Easy A because it's almost the same size yarn and the same size needles. And that's how I knew it would work. Okay, so. Whoops.
It's funny.
And I believe this pattern is my own pattern.
Yeah, I think you said it
This
is.
is the one that I'm doing in Laura Concert's, the baby alpaca she gave me a while back. That one's just kind of sitting right now because the needles aren't as big and I don't feel like working small needles. So it's just sitting. But I'll get to it because I like the pattern, I like the yarn. So, okay, that's that.
So, hang on, my show notes turned off, so let me turn them back on.
Yeah, turn on those show notes.
Okay, this one is kind of sort of a new project. You'll recognize the bag. This is the house yarn bag that I won from the Comfort and Crafts group. And originally I'd had Davina's Whimsical socks in here. And I just decided she's far more likely to wear a hat than she has socks. So I tore it out, and the project is now called Whimsical Song, and the pattern is the Song Hat by Classic Elite Yarns, using Lady Furna Co-Creation Superwash Merino DK in the colorway A Touch of Whimsy for Davina. It's a free pattern.
Oh, it's looking pretty. You did a lot of progress on that.
Mm-hmm. So, it's kind of beret type hat. Let me see if I... Oh, it's at the bottom. The pattern's down
Does it
there.
have cables on it?
It's lace work.
Lace work, okay.
That's
good because I think it might be a little busy for cables.
It's kind of got like, I wish that... Oh, hold on. I can pull it up. Because my pattern's all the way at the bottom of stuff, so...
See how it's working up here.
Let's
The light's
see,
not
Song
really-
Hat.
I can see.
I'll pull it up a little closer, but...
Yeah.
Hold on. Here's...
It's looking more bluey purpley in the...
Hang on. There's the
Oh,
pattern.
that's pretty.
So it's a kind of beret hat. And here's another view. So, I think she would like that.
Very nice.
And I'm in the pattern section, but it hasn't had a chance to grow overly large because I only started it the other day.
She'll love that.
But I think it'll fit well, and I think she'll get more enjoyment out of it as a hat. And this is kind of what I wanted to work on because,
New.
well, it's new and it's got interest. It's got lace.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, let's see. All right. In my Kiki Boo brown teacups bag, my chocolate teacups bag, is my baby blue dishcloth project. Now this one, I forgot which way I was going, so I'm going to have like a mirror dishcloth. So what was the front is now going to be the back. And I'm about halfway through, and that's okay because it's a dishcloth, and I don't care. So I'm having fun with this. I didn't do a whole lot of work on this, but I did some. Enough to realize that I think I messed it up here. It looks like it here. Yeah, I can see it here. So it's going to be mirror. I don't care. It'll be fine. I like the pattern. I'm using, I love this cotton, which is a Hobby Lobby brand. And it's just fun because the pattern just comes from it's a free pattern, so it comes from your knitting and your purling. You don't have to do anything fancy. And if you just pay attention, like I apparently didn't, it shouldn't be an issue. So, they can see the pattern. It's very
They can
simple.
see it.
It's very simple. And I like it a lot. I thank Brittany for posting this in her group so I could find it. I mean, she didn't do it specifically for me, but that's how I found it. So, I thought I had, didn't I have this? What happened to my
I don't know.
needle things? Oh well. Okay, well it's your turn.
Okay, so next for me is in my Silver Shed USA Batman bag. This was also an early bag that I got.
Well,
This
we got a lot of bags early on all at once. We kind of went crazy.
Yeah. This is tea's all gone. My
tea.
Bonnie Blue Lass. And it's the Celtic Princess Poncho. It's designed by Wendy D. Johnson, and I'm using Cascade 220 in the colorway Puget Sound. I've had this yarn a long time. I actually think that the initial skein of yarn was given to me, like Cascade, Craftsy used to do this thing where they would just send random yarn to people. You didn't buy it.
Right.
They just sent you a box of random samples
For whatever
of yarn.
reason, yeah.
And they had sent me a skein of this Puget Sound, so I bought more of it for a sweater's worth. Actually, they sent me quite a bit of it, I think.
They sent you a bigger box than the one they sent me. And
They might have sent
a nice
me
box as
actually
well.
a pretty big amount. I can't remember how much of the Puget Sound they sent me. But anyway, I have a sweater's amount. And I happen to have enough for, and this is old stash. I happen to have enough for
That's pretty.
this poncho. Enough interest in it, because Mom had sent me a poke at on Ravelry to say, hey, take a look at this poncho. It was a stockinette poncho, and I'm at the point in my knitting where if there's that much stockinettes, I know I'm not going to finish it.
Mm-hmm.
I will go crazy, want to stick needles in my eyes, something. Whereas this has a mixture of ribbing and cables, enough difference to keep me interested. So, I cast it on. They did have an option of a tubular cast on, a tubular ribbing for the neck, but I figured that would make a very thick fabric.
Yeah.
And I didn't necessarily want that thick of a fabric around my neck. I wanted to have the option of I wanted to be able to roll it as I wanted to and all that, but I didn't necessarily want to be stuck with a really thick fabric.
That doesn't look like that almost looks like it might be a cowl type of neck, which I like.
Well, I think also once it'll scrunch down because this is a 1x1 ribbing.
Right. Because I don't like anything really close on my neck. That's why I like the other one. It wasn't quite so close
Yeah, because
on the
look,
neck. Because I had that one on my.
see
on my
that that'll.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
it's
still
not
loose,
over tight. Yeah.
but it's still 1x1 ribbing. You see it won't be.
I'll so you can get over your head. And all
Yeah. And it'll be able to roll.
that. Right. Okay. My last project is in my Ploverbird. No. This is Knitting's My Bag. Faith, Hope, and Love bag is a new project. I was on Facebook, and I'm involved with a dye group on Facebook that is for indie dyers who is not for for advertising or anything. It's just to give encouragement and help each other out and things like that. And on the sidebar, that little sidebar where they have advertisements and then come up, I saw something called Knitting for Newbies. Knitting for Newbies, and I applied to get into that, and they actually have classes, lessons. Okay, I don't mean like you have to be there at a certain time, but they have people there to help you, and they have like lesson plans. So they placed me in a certain area, and I'm doing.
You answer some questions.
Right, you have to answer questions. It's not guaranteed that you will get in.
Right, because there's two groups. There's Knitting for Newbies, which is my mom got into. They help figure out where you are. Are you a beginner? They have a list of skills, and you tell them what skills you've already done. And then they place you in the class.
Right.
About which group you belong. There's Knitting for Newbies and Knitting Not for Newbies. Beginner and... was it Advanced Beginner?
Yeah, beginner is just shy of intermediate. I'm from what I could tell, I'm just on the edge of going into the other group, but in order to make sure I have all my groundwork, they stuck me in the beginners because there are things that I don't know still.
Yeah, there's 2 levels for the beginner group.
And 2 levels for them.
And 2 levels for the more advanced. There's intermediate, and they don't call it advanced, they call it experienced.
Yeah.
I had actually applied to go into the second group, but they decided with my skill set I was they didn't feel like I would have any benefit from that group because they felt like I knew too much. They said I was too advanced.
But if you are a newer knitter, or
even an intermediate knitter,
as I was saying, a newer or an intermediate knitter, you might benefit from this. It's on Facebook. It's called Knitting for Newbies, and I'm doing the lesson on it's a small scarf kind of thing, and I just started it. This is I call it the Ice Princess scarf. It's a Fifi scarf. It is on Ravelry, and it's a pattern by Marla Much, and I'm using US 6s.
And I think this group will be very good for you, Mom. Maybe push you.
Maybe, yeah. I told her that I can't, be consistent because I
Right.
had too many things going on. She said that was fine. Using US 6s, and this is Lady Vertical Creations Superwash Merino
Good.
Worsted in the Ice Princess Untamed Oops colorway. Because this is one of my early ones. I think I did this with food coloring or something. But I just loved the colorway. I was sitting there waiting for something. So I went ahead and used this. Got blues and purples. And I don't think I have the gauge they asked for. I think this is going to be narrower. But I didn't feel like taking... This might be smaller. I'm going to have Ty look at the gauge with me. And if it's...
Garter is hard to measure gauge on anyway.
Yeah, if this is not the right gauge, if it's really off, I might put it on a bigger needle.
Yeah. You might even be fine because it's hard to get to do a normal gauge swatch on a garter. Like,
Yeah.
normally they suggest you do a gauge swatch with stockinette.
Well, they didn't suggest a gauge swatch at all. They just said how many stitches. So, I mean, I'm sure...
I say just go ahead and go with it. But yeah, normally when they say a gauge swatch, they mean stockinette.
So, unless they say in pattern or whatever.
Yeah.
But so I don't know if you can see the colors. Oops. Let's see
He's
here.
a bunny.
He is.
Thank you.
I just don't feel like dealing with it, so I said he is. I don't know why this is I had a hard time winding this up for some reason on my ball winder.
Our bottle winders have issues. They can be a bit persnickety.
So let me just show you this in a second here. Okay. So you can see the colors a little better there, the purples and the blues. Can you see that?
We can see a little bit.
Some aqua in there. It's a very pastel-y kind of color.
Mhm.
And I'm liking the pattern so far, but I haven't gotten to the point yet where you do the keyhole, so that's going to make me a little nervous. But it should be fun. Okay.
It'll be good. That's good preparation for buttons.
Okay, so do you have anything else?
Not project-wise. That leads us back down to our... Do you have any FOs?
No FOs.
Me either.
Okay.
Mom was like, you better not finish that hat. Okay.
Royalties?
Royalties, yes.
Okay, I showed you my new needles already in my project. They came in. It was an interesting thing because I was going through and I'm like, you know what? It's been 5 days almost, something like that, since they said that they should have been in.
Mhm.
So I went to my tracking on Amazon, and they didn't send me a notice or anything. It was one of those third-party things, I guess, third-party sellers. And on there it said that the needles had been damaged and were undeliverable. Contact Amazon. They didn't even have the common courtesy to tell me
Mhm.
that, to send me an email to say, hey, because I went to my Amazon box to see if maybe I missed it,
Mhm.
and they didn't. So I went to Amazon and they set it up for me and expedited it and everything to get the needles from a different seller because I wasn't going back to that seller. So I got my needles. But the other stuff I have to show you, do you have anything else?
I have a lot.
You have a lot? Okay, let me just show you this other thing. I have two other things, then you can go
Okay.
full bore. Sheila, Blue Yarn Always was very sweet. I went to bed the other night, I think it was 2 nights ago, and I saw that I had a message from her, and I saw that she'd gifted me something. I was like, oh, I'll check it in the morning. That's really sweet of her. She gifted me this. I love this. It's so cute. It's the same designer who did the bunny that Ty is doing knitted and the turtle that Ty gave me to do. It's called Puppy Love, and it's by Lorraine Pistorio.
Mhm.
I showed my husband. He even liked it. Isn't that just beautiful? I'm not showing you any.
There's no
Yeah.
information on that page. I have.
there isn't?
No, that's only.
Oh, okay, it just shows the needles and stuff. So you can see. Is that not beautiful? It's so cute. It's divot. It's so cute. So I love it. I love it. Thank you so much, Sheila. He's just adorable. I'm so excited about him, and I have to hone my skills so I can do this. This is beautiful. So adorable.
Because it looks like it's similar to the bunny pattern. That is an intermediate level.
I think that's what it says on the.
Well, it says it on there, and it's a true intermediate. It's not like she went up a level. No, it's actual intermediates. Because there were some skills I hadn't.
Yeah, some of these things I don't know what they are. So I looked at them and I'm like, okay, I see what she's saying, but I'm not quite sure how to do it. So we'll see. But I'll get
Because
to it.
it's similar. It looks similar when I peek through the pattern to the bunny love that I'm doing.
I'll get to it. I just have to up my skills a little bit. That class ought to help me a lot for this. Thank you so much, Sheila, for thinking of me. I absolutely love him. He is beautiful. He's so adorable. Okay, the other thing was I placed an order with Maureen, Victorian Studio, and the order came in. This is her card. She has a lovely shop, Victorian Studio shop. She has an Etsy shop, and she also has, let's see, victorianstudio@yahoo.com is where you can contact her. Ooh, I have 15% off.
Sweet.
Okay. It's Etsy. It's www.etsy.com.ca.shop. No, www.etsy.com/Canada.ca/shop/Victorian Studio shop. Just look up Victorian Studio, and you'll find her. And I think she still has her other one. I can't read this without my glasses, but it has all her information. She is fantastic. The work she puts into these things is amazing. So she sent this thing. It's a nice little note in here. Thank you so much for your order. She added a little gift for Davina, and I'll show you that in a second. Davina loves it. Okay. Okay. That I ordered for you. This is what she sent to Davina. Now keep in mind, she makes these, and if you want to see how she makes them, you have to look at her videos, because it is a painstaking process in terms of steps. See, she's got this really well
Taped down.
taped up. I don't want to break this, because she packages this very, very well. And Maureen, I will be leaving a review as soon as I get the chance. Thank you for the review on my yarn. This is the, I mean, look at this. I mean, this is just, can you see this?
It's so adorable.
I mean, it's got sprinkles on it. I mean, this is the detail. It has whipped cream, ice cream, and sprinkles. Can you see it?
Yes, I can see it.
Okay, that's the one she made for Davina, and this is the one
That
I
is really
ordered.
detailed.
It is. This is the one. Now, one guess on what mine is. Can you guess it? Anybody?
I don't think I can guess.
I don't know. I don't think they can. I've been waiting for this to come out for a long time. If she gets more out, I'm going to get another one. Can you see it? It's an owl.
Yeah, they can see it.
It's an owl. Isn't he beautiful? He's so cute. I love him. I just absolutely love him. You did such a good job on this, Maureen, on both of them. Thank you so much.
And Mom picked up these for me. Thank you very much. These are little chocolate bunnies. One.
I've been keeping an eye on Maureen's shop for months for this thing.
And two. Absolutely adorable.
Maureen does fabulous work, and you can see, I can use this as a progress keeper, but look at this. I think that's big enough to put a needle through.
I think so too.
So that can also be used as a marker.
Yeah.
And I'm so excited. I just love it. I might have to name it. I need to buy another one. It's so cute. I just love him. It makes me happy.
I smiled.
Mine. Okay, go ahead. Do your stuff.
Okay, so I've been having a lot of Spanish-speaking patients lately, so I went ahead,
I'll be right back.
and this will only be a. Hey, could
going.
you put this up
Excuse me, I'll be right back. What?
out there because that
There's no tape on it.
well you can walk by the tape.
No, I cannot.
So having a lot of Spanish-speaking patients lately, and this will only be a starting off point. But Great Courses had a Learning Spanish class. It came with the DVD, which also has streaming from the Great Courses site and app, and a workbook. So I need to refresh my memory for my high school Spanish and then move forward from there so I don't have that language barrier between me and my patients, because that really bothers me that I had to go through a translating program. I mean, I can remember bits and pieces of my high school Spanish, but like I said, I don't like having that barrier. So there's that. Also, Whoops, no, it fell. It fell down. Ugh. I had 2 purple packages come in. One was an order and one was a club. So this one was the order, I think. No, this one was the order, this one was the club. Okay, so club first. So I think what happened was I had put in my order when my club was out in the mail, which is why I got 2 packages. It was, as one of the ladies in the Plum Deluxe Facebook group said, man, that's like the best week ever. You got 2 packages, purple packages in 1 week.
Yep.
This is how Andy sends his teas for Plum Deluxe.
When it's a small order.
Yes.
You get a box when it's...
with a purple tape on it.
Yes. It's a good thing this came in. I need that.
Yes, and I'll get that to you when I'm done. I got cinnamon cider herbal tea, which has Rubio's tea, apple pieces, ginger, cinnamon, clove, cardamom, orange peel, apple essence, no caffeine. Deluxe pumpkin spice herbal tea, and I asked him, it says low caffeine on it, but when I asked Andy, he said there was no caffeine. So,
and he's really good about that kind
yes,
of stuff.
he is. Peace herbal tea, Rubio's tea, lemongrass, ginger, licorice root, peppermint, safflower, blue cornflowers, jasmine essence, no caffeine. And that's just this little one here, his sample one. Here's your purple package. And then this one was my order. First, my little package that came with that was Sage Wellness Herbal Tea. Green Rubio, sage, lemon peel, orange peel, strawberry pieces, rose petals, rose hips, calendula, strawberry/peace essences.
Peace?
Peach, sorry.
Oh, peach.
I probably said peace. Then the ones I had ordered, I had actually ordered the pumpkin one, which makes me happy. That means I have double the pumpkin because I'm going through pumpkin withdrawal because I can't have any of the pumpkin lattes or anything that I usually love. So now I have a bunch of pumpkin stuff. And then
I looked at your Spanish stuff and saw spinach.
wow. Then this is the tea that we just had, caramelized
That's
fig
awesome.
dessert tea, which is really good. Soul Warmer herbal tea, Rubio's tea, apple pieces, cocoa nibs, orange peel, calendula, blue cornflowers, hazelnut and chestnut essences with caramel extract. Love and gratitude. Woo! And finally, spicy caramel apple herbal tea.
That sounds really good.
Cinnamon chips, apple pieces, Rubio's tea, ginger root, cardamom, orange peel, calendula, natural caramel essence, love, gratitude, no
I
caffeine.
should be able to have that one just fine too.
So,
That's cool.
this purple package now is super stuffed. So Andy is awesome.
He is.
And then, Mom had given me, the Huggable Bunny pattern. Okay, good. No pattern details on this front page. By, Terry Crew Designs.
I didn't realize it was Terry Crew. I've done her before. She's good.
Oh, okay.
Or I've had stuff in my queue of hers.
And there's the bunny. It's supposed to be fairly large. You're supposed to hold 2 strands of worsted together. I decided because my gauge is so tight, I wanted a large bunny. I wanted a huggable bunny. So I have some James C. Brett on the way. I'm gonna double that. So
Shows you some roving, and you can do that.
And I got 2 large hooks, a K and a J.
Or you probably should have gotten like an M. Well, of course you do want to be closed.
Yes.
Yeah.
So there we go. That will make it so I can have.
Make it so.
Yes, make it so #1. But it's #1 when he has the beard.
Yes.
Apparently, they ended up doing the beard because they were on writer's strike, and he grew the beard because he hates shaving. And he came into a meeting for Star Trek, I guess. They saw him have the beard, and like, actually, Riker with a beard's a great idea.
I think so.
So
Looks much better.
it was
with the beard.
completely because the actor was
lazy.
lazy. It's a good look on him, though.
It
Weird
is.
work.
It is.
But anyway, yes. So that's for the bunny. Then, I had mentioned my lemonade shop yarn.
She's upstairs, so.
Okay, good. One of these is mine. One of these is for a project for Davina. This one here with the purple and multicolor, that's mine. It's going to be for a pair of socks. And this is a sport weights.
The one with the socks?
Both of them are, sorry, both of them are DK. Mine is called Rainbow Dream, and Davina's is called Neon Toxic.
Oh, yeah, perfect.
And the Neon Toxic is going to become Bat Hats.
And she likes French.
Yes, she does. It's a classic French beret. And I think the interest in the color will make it so I can live through that stockinette.
I think so. It'll be pretty.
Not to mention it's a short hat. So, I mean, it's a hat versus a huge poncho. So I can just stockinette for that long. So she doesn't know about that. Basically, I've saved because you can save your searches now on Ravelry.
Oh, really?
Yes. So
I just favorite them.
yeah, you can save your searches, and then you can, if you have saved certain criteria, it'll update your searches if you choose to. So I've saved searches for Davina's hats, which are berets and tams. So then I'll be able to keep track of those kind of things. So I do like knitting those. And she will definitely wear them.
Yes, she will. I think her favorite's Diana's hat, but
It is, but Diana's hat is fingering weight yarn. I'm kind of moving away from fingering weight.
yeah. Well, who knows? You might use one. Okay, is that everything?
Mhm.
All right. Do you have anything for your well, I guess the shop comes after the author obsessions.
No, shop usually goes first.
Okay. All right, my Etsy shop. Do you have anything for your shop?
Well, you know I don't.
Okay. Yeah, you just said you were. I do. I'm going to be doing an update pretty soon here. Hopefully in the next few days, maybe the end of the week. Let me see if I can find my. Okay. So in my Turbo Knitters 64 red Mickey Mouse bag, I've got yarn. Okay. You guys saw this last week. This is what it looks like resceined. And I'm calling it Hiding in the Silver Lining. Okay, so that's Hiding the Silver Lining. And this is DK weight, 246 yards, 100 grams, 100% superwash merino wool. Okay? And I have, this is a brand new one. This is called, this is a DK weight as well. Stormy Weather, 246 yards, the same base as that one. Okay, this is Stormy Weather.
It smells like a sheep.
It does. Well, that's not the one that smells. It's the other
Oh,
one.
it's the other
still
one.
damp.
Oh, okay.
This got the grays and this with the lightning and the dark clouds and some of the white peeking through. So this is Stormy Weather. Can you see that?
Yes, you can.
So this will be going up in the shop as well. Just rescan it for a second. Now the second one, the two that I'm going to show you now are still damp. I had a chance to rescan one, but they're still damp. So you'll be able to see it. Actually, it's kind of cool because you'll be able to see it before and after rescanning. So we just put the ball band on this one again.
And this next one is my favorite of the ones that you have.
Okay. This is candy corn.
Mhm.
And it is a fingering weight. This is the reskeined candy corn. And this is the,
And it really does look like candy corn.
okay. And this is still damp. I have to hang it up again. You can see this is the,
Candy corn.
this is candy corn. And this is fingering weight. It's 75-25, I believe, but I'll have the information on the ball band. and in my listing when I put it up. I may be doing more of this one because candy corn goes all the way through Thanksgiving. So I will probably do some more of this if you guys like it. I think somebody will like it. I like it. And it's not even my colors. Davina loved it.
Well, yeah, it's totally in Davina's
colors. I want to show you the other one, the reskein, so you can see how it looks in the skein after it's been, rewound here, so you have an idea of how it'll work up. I have to rehang it because it is very damp still. So that's what it looks like.
very cool.
Candy corn. It's a nice white stripe there. So these will be going up the shop as soon as I can get photographs taken. I might have more candy corn. I might have more colors up. So if you have any suggestions, like I said, I'm always open to suggestions. I'm not the best person at taking suggestions, but I do like them.
So she might just ignore everything you say.
Well, usually what I do with suggestions is I use them as a jumping off place. And because I got some good suggestions from Bonnie, and I'm still trying to figure out how to make the best use of them. Because some of them I was like, okay, that's a good suggestion, but how do I actually implement that? Without, yeah, I'll figure it out. So that's my Etsy shop stuff.
So that leads us on to autobiography. I worked a bit on the shared story.
Yay!
Listened a little bit to Myths and Legends of Europe podcast, and then took the first lesson in the Great Courses class for learning Spanish. But I spent most of last night trying to find a good video chat system for
Paul family.
for the Paul family.
Specifically my group, the HFI
yeah.
group. But you could use it as well for
Yeah.
pronunciationists.
So me and one of the other me and one of the HFI members were up till way late his time, sitting there banging our heads against it.
Yeah, because we tried to do one. He had something set up, and we tried to have a meeting last night, and there were about 9 or 10 of us, and we couldn't all get in together. It kept bumping people out and locking people out, and some people could be in but only seen typing. Some people could be in and seen but not heard. Some people could be seen and heard. And it was just, if you know of something that has a really good interface for, up to 20, 30 people.
And Google Hangouts only really works if you have Chrome, because Firefox is still working to get a plugin, because that was an issue that Tony and I ran into last night when we tried to make something work. So we'll probably bang our heads against it again tonight.
Yeah, and if you know of anything that will work that's free, preferably free, that would be great. I think Sue was also asking about something like that for a live flow for something.
Yeah, she was asking for like recording
for
a lot.
church. Yeah.
That I don't know.
But anyway, if you know anything, let us know, and that would be appreciated. Do you have anything else on the author?
Nope.
I wrote a 1,000+ word free write. Yay, new characters and everything. I'm so excited for a prompt over at the Percolator. So I was really excited about that. I used all the prompts and everything. So I have no idea where it's going, but there you go. I was happy about that. Okay, I'm still reading the Cana Mysteries, but I'm really close to finishing that. I've got about 18 to 25% of the book I have to look and see. And then I can start back on Patrick Carr, so I can get back on track. So when he comes out in April, I'll be ready, because I have to prepare for this event. So, okay, that takes care of that. Do you have anything else before I show some of these things?
Nope, go ahead.
Okay, I am planning on doing a de-stash / giveaway. I haven't quite decided how I'm going to work it, so I want to show these to you. I have too many books that I'm not using, and most of these are in really good shape. I haven't used them at all, some of them. I'm sorry, I'm out of screen. Oh, they're heavy. Okay, these are the books that I'm going to be putting up. This is a Crochet Masters class. I just can't do this anymore. My hands hurt too much when I do a lot of crochet. So this one's going to be going up, and this one will probably be on de-stash. Custom crocheted sweaters. Okay, these are in really good shape. So, oh, this one actually, it looks like I may have highlighted on this. So if I do this one, it will have to be a giveaway. I'll just, so only one pattern has been highlighted. I think, because I was reading about how to. This one will probably be free because I'm not going to sell something that has highlighting in it. And it's only one section as far as I can tell. I'll check that out. But this one will probably be, it's a good book, but I can't use it anymore. This is Crochet Stitches, a visual encyclopedia. And this one has a bunch of motifs in it, and I just don't do motifs. I never have. I keep getting these things thinking I'm going to do something, and I'm just not going to do it. This has, I think it even has some Tunisian in here. I'm not sure. But anyway, these are simple stitch patterns if you're interested in that kind of stuff. This one. Okay, this one's going to be going up as well. It's a beautiful book. We love the designer. It's just that the way the things are put together, it's too narrow for my hands, and it bothers my hands. So this will be going up as well. Okay, Edwards Menagerie. And they will be a substantial discount, these books, because I want to get rid of them. This is Crochet Fabric. A lot of these are crochet, but we have a lot more crocheters now.
Yes.
Sheila, if you know people, or if you would like these, let me know as well. I know you do a lot of crocheting. Anybody who does crocheting, these are going up. Laura Concert.
I've knit 2 sweaters out of a book like this.
And I've knitted one.
I had my own copy of this book.
And
mine was falling apart.
I had real severe, my blue sweaters out of this. And I had such severe gauge problems, and I'm not going to do another crochet sweater. I love this sweater. I'm not going to be doing it.
I think now my gauge is probably close to this lady's gauge, because at the time it wasn't. I had to go down in sizes and stuff. I had trouble getting gauge. Right. I made this one for you.
Yep. She made that one for me, and mine is the
that
blue
was
one.
My first sweater.
Yep.
My second sweater.
The blue one. What's the blue one I was making? I tried a couple of these and I just could not get gauge. I did go through with my blue sweater, but if you are a tighter crocheter, I'm a really loose crocheter,
and I'm a very tight crocheter.
So if you have something between us, or if you have Talia's gauge, you should be fine. And you just switch up the needles or do the math or whatever.
Hooks,
but the hooks. Boy, I'm becoming more of a knitter. This is a really good book. You just have to be aware that there are some gauge issues.
Now, my one warning is, let me see the sweater that I made. Take care of your, I love this sweater. It's actually very comfortable. Now, I didn't get gauge with this because I was not as tight a crocheter at that time. But I love the sweater that I got out of it. The thing is, when you have any sort of shell stitch, and it was a very heavy sweater,
right.
Several years later, I've had this sweater for 6 years. Some of my stitches are snapping.
Mine are as well. My blue one, they're starting to degrade.
And that's because it's a shell stitch.
And she does a lot of shells, but it's a good book.
It's a very good book. It's very well designed. But make sure you do gauge swatch, definitely, for this.
And not all of these are shell stitch.
No.
Just a couple of them. The one I did happened to be a shell stitch.
The 2 I did were both shell stitches.
Which one did I do? Was this it?
No,
that wasn't it. Anyway, it's a really good book. Then I have, this would be a giveaway. It's a magazine. It's from Europe. Put out, I'm pretty sure this was, I got it at a bookstore here, one of the bigger bookstores that carries some of the European craft magazines. So this has a heart brooches kit on it. Then this, because I have so many of these, I don't need all these. Okay, crochet, complete photo guide to crochet. Okay, and the last one is blueprint for crochet sweaters. So these are all going to be going up at substantial discounts. The one with highlighting will probably be a giveaway. I haven't quite decided about the menagerie one. we'll see. Since it's a toy along, I might give it for a giveaway.
Mm-hmm.
So
Or a prize.
that's a good idea. Actually, that's a good idea. Here,
I have good ideas.
Put that with the green bag in the green bag, please.
I have such
The Edwards
great
Menagerie will
ideas.
not be showing up. It will be going in as a prize. Okay?
I'm so smart. SMRT.
SMRT. Okay, so before we go further, we do have an update for you for the podcast itself. We will not be podcasting next week. We hate to do this to you. We do it very rarely. I think we've done it twice in 5 years or 6 years. Our schedule is so packed next week.
It's
that,
mostly my fault.
Yeah, well, yeah. She, between her work schedule and doctor's appointments and classes and then...
Classes for work, yeah.
Yeah, and then things
Basically, I work over the weekend.
This weekend.
Yeah, I work over this weekend. I work
Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then I have a work-related class on Monday. Tuesday I work. Wednesday I have
Appointment in
an
Winchester.
appointment in Winchester. And then Thursday I work. And then it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and I'm off. But
We'll podcast on
we'll
Monday.
podcast on Monday, so...
So we didn't want to do a Friday podcast, and that's the day we got to go to our grocery shopping. So on Friday, so rather than have a podcast on Friday or Saturday and then do it again on Monday, we're just going to go to Monday. And we do apologize that we can't get one in earlier, but we can't. So we do apologize. We will be back in 2 weeks. We will be back not on the 16th, not on the 23rd, but on the 30th. Wow. Wow. That makes it sound like a long time.
Well, imagine how many projects you'll have worked on.
Possibly. I may be doing a lot of dying. But anyway, keep an eye on the threads. If anything changes, it'll be in the thread. But as it stands, we are planning on doing it not Monday the 23rd, but Monday the 30th. Okay? We will keep you posted if anything changes. We just can't do it. There's no way. She's not home. I'm running around. That is just impossible that week. So we do apologize.
Yes.
We do want to thank everyone who commented in the Ravelry group
And on YouTube.
And on YouTube, we had Sally, Brenna, Victorian Studio, Andy Bunn, and Justin Niddle. Thank you for commenting.
Justin Niddle, thank you once again for the Poirot stitch markers. Monsieur Poirot's,
Poirot, not Poirot, whatever you're saying.
Poirot.
It's Poirot.
Anyway. Hercule Poirot.
Hercule Poirot.
How is it that Jap says it?
Poirot. Poirot. I forget how he says it.
Because he says it really weirdly.
Yeah,
and he's the only one who says it that
Yeah.
way.
Poirot. I forget how he says it.
Anyway, there's Poirot's magnifying glass.
Okay, so
Although he doesn't usually use one.
no, he doesn't. But I don't care.
I don't care. It's still Poirot.
I mean, he had an episode in the show, I think, where he had something with a magnifying glass. They didn't actually use it. I don't think. You know, it wasn't a central.
No, it's not like when you think of
Holmes.
you think of the magnifying glass. Although
And
I
a
think,
deer hunter.
and a deer hunter.
Yeah.
But Poirot, I think some of the books do have the magnifying glass on it, even though he personally doesn't use one that
Right.
much.
Well, I think
It's
that's just a symbol
It's
detective.
just a symbol detective.
Yeah. Okay, so that's
He uses
that.
a little gray cells.
Okay, so are we done with
We
that?
are done.
Okay, we want to wish you all a very blessed week full of knitting, crocheting, whatever crafting makes you happy, whatever makes you happy. And we hope to see you back here again in the Woman Cave in 2 weeks. This is the Pen, Hook, and Needles podcast, episode 280, and that's a wrap.